Where are you hiding, human? Who are you? Take off the hood. Now. He did, and her knees gave out. The underground hall of the Xerian War Council was dim, echoing with sharp alien voices and the hum of restrained weapons. The tension in the chamber was a noose tightening with every heartbeat. General Verea of the House Alfrex stood tall and proud in the center of the chamber, her crimson armor gleaming with dignity and pride. She was the youngest war general in Xerian history, revered for her unshakable discipline and famed for her merciless efficiency. Before her stood a single cloaked figure, humanoid in shape, but hidden under thick brown robes that seemed scorched by fire and dusted by travel. He had arrived unannounced, past every perimeter, past elite guards, and without triggering any alarms. That fact alone had every elder on edge. He bowed slightly and said nothing. Verea narrowed her eyes, her voice steady but edged with steel. You breached the inner sanctum of our planet's core. You bypassed shields even our scientists cannot explain. No human has ever stepped as far inside and lived. Still, he was silent. She stepped forward. Speak. Who are you? The figure raised his head slightly. Beneath the cowl, only shadows and a glint of pale skin. Verea's hand dropped her blade. What are you hiding, human? Who are you? Her voice cracked like a whip. Take off the hood. Now! A moment passed. Then, with slow fingers, the figure reached up and lowered the hood, and everything shattered. Verea's breath caught. Her vision blurred. Her knees buckled. She staggered, barely managing to catch herself on the edge of the council table. Gasps rang out across the chamber, but Verea heard none of them. All she saw was his face. His face. The same face from the battlefield 5 years ago. The one she had buried with her own hands. No, she whispered. You're dead. The man, no, the ghost, stepped forward. Elian, she choked. His voice was softer than she remembered, but it struck her heart like a warhammer. It's me. You died in the Ashen Pass. You saved my squad. You took the hitmen from me. Your body was burned. Her voice broke. I saw it. I buried you. I held your pendant in my hand. He nodded. You held it, but you didn't bury me. The chamber erupted in chaos. Xerian counselors shouted demands. Weapons lit with energy. Orders flew. Guards, remove the human. This is a trick. He must be a clone. But Verea raised her hand, silencing them all. No, she said. Stand down. Her eyes never left him. What happened? She whispered. Where have you been? Elian looked around, his expression heavy. After the explosion, I woke in the hands of the Korath. They don't kill, at least not right away. They dissect. I escaped. Barely. Spent years crawling back through dead zones, into your empire's borders, hunted by both sides. I changed my name, covered my trail, hid in your abandoned zones. Verea shook her head, trying to process it. The sharp, composed general was gone. Beneath the armor now stood the woman who had once been saved by a human soldier. The same one she'd mourned in silence ever since. She stepped forward and raised her hand, trembling. He let her touch his face. You're real, she breathed. Elian, I thought. I know, he said. Her eyes narrowed. Why now? Why reveal yourself? He looked at the council, and then back at her. Because I can stop the next war. In the hours that followed, the council chamber cleared, but Verea stayed. So, did he? They sat across from each other, the table between them cold and wide, like the years they had lost. You're a myth, you know, she said softly. After the Ashen Pass, story spread about a human who died saving a Xerian general. My people hated it. I denied it. You had to, he said. to stay in command. I mourned you alone, she admitted. I grieved in silence, and then I grew cold. I saw that coldness in the shadows, he said. Every broadcast, every battle. You watched me. I couldn't stop. She leaned back, pain flickering in her eyes. Then why didn't you return sooner? He hesitated. Because I was afraid, he admitted. Afraid I wasn't the same. Afraid you'd hate me. Afraid you wouldn't want me back. Silence stretched between them. Varela finally stood, walked him, and placed something into his hand. The pendant. His old military tag. I carried it every day, she whispered. It's yours. He looked at it, closed his fingers around it. No, it belongs to you now. 3 days later, Varela stood before the War Council with Elian at her side. The chamber was crowded with dignitaries, warlords, scientists. This time, no weapons were drawn. Everyone had seen the DNA scans. Everyone knew the truth now. Elian was who he claimed to be. I propose a ceasefire, Varela announced, on behalf of a debt we never paid, a life we never honored. Whispers filled the hall. You mean to trust a human? An elder hissed. I mean to trust this human, Varela said. He gave his life once. He offers peace now. Elian stepped forward. He activated a holomap, marked with Korath strongholds. They're coming, he said. The Korath, they fed on our war. They need us divided. But if we unite now, we can end this. That was the beginning of everything. It wasn't easy. It took months to get both sides to sit down. Treaties were questioned. Threats were made. But then the Korath attacked. And both races saw firsthand the enemy that had hunted Elian for years. That day, Zyrians and humans stood shoulder to shoulder. And when the dust cleared, Elian was made the first human envoy to the Zyrian core. By then, Varela no longer wore the same armor. She didn't need it. She wore simpler robes, traveled beside him. Where he walked, she followed. Where she commanded, he advised. One evening, beneath a glass sky in a rebuilt city, Elian looked at her and said, The day I took off my hood, I thought you might kill me. She smiled faintly. I almost did. But you didn't. No, she said. My knees gave out instead. He took her hand, and this time neither of them let go.